good, YouTube? It's your boy back at it again with another video. I'm gonna be breaking down this beat that I just finished the other day. It's like a smooth West Coast R&B kind of beat. If you follow me, you know I make a lot of these type of beats, like some Beano Rideau blast kind of smooth type stuff. If you like the video, drop a like, drop a subscribe. Really appreciate it. Let's get into it. This is how the beat sounds. Cool. So kind of looks like a lot of sounds going on, but it's not really like too crazy. I started with the piano here. So I started off with the easy keys. I use this one a lot for like the piano sounds. Cool. So I know this melody probably looks kind of confusing, but for starters, try and look at it without all of these notes that I'm highlighting. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much without all of these notes. Like I deleted these. This is really like the chords that I started with, and then these ones are just kind of like bass notes like underneath them. Like if you look, they're just playing like the same notes like underneath a lot of them. Or they're playing like notes that are in the scale. But yeah, it's not really like too complicated. It's like some minor ninth chords. The one that really gives it like that smooth kind of like jazzy sort of sound is like these oh, you know what? Hold on a sec. I'm in the wrong key on the scale thing. It's F sharp, yeah. So the one that gives it like that jazzy feel is like this chord right here. If you see this D sharp note, I'm not like an expert on music theory or whatever, but that I don't know like what it's called, but that chord, like using this note specifically, gives it like that I don't really know what to call it. It's just sort of like a jazzy or sort of sound. It sounds a little bit off, but in like a good way. Cool. And then I just layered that with the contact piano. It's in the factory presets. It's this one. It's EP100. I like this sound a lot. Cool. And then after that, I added this melody with Omnisphere. Sounds a little harsh, like by itself, but it sounded cool. And then you see that D sharp note again on here. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know what it is about using those, but it sounds good in this type of beat. And then we got the bass in here. So I believe I started with this one. That's it for that. Purity, it's the synth bass one. You see in my other videos, I use this one like all the time. And then I layered it with this 808 sound. It's just like a clean 808 from this Cash Money AP kit. And that was just to give the bass like more body. Like this one is kind of making the bass, and then this one is making like the you know, like the texture of the sound, that little like West Coast kind of sound. yeah, just added in kind of the rest of the drums. I mean, the drums are pretty simple. The craziest sound was this triangle sound. I'll show that at the end. Yeah, I mean, the hi-hats, like, not too much, you know? This little shaker. Open hat. And I got the classic stomp. Kenny beat stomp. And then, yeah, the clap. And this little perk too. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to the drums, I say this too in like every video, but you gotta try and keep it simple. You don't want to have too much stuff going on. The artist isn't going to be able to catch like a good rhythm on it. Cool. So the last sound was this triangle, and I have some effects and stuff on it that made it sound like this. So originally this was just a triangle, and it was just playing like the same notes on here. But I hear like this sort of like wobbly triangle sound in like a lot of these type of beats, and I was trying to like get that sound, and so I was kind of messing around with the effects and stuff, and I actually found a dope preset too that I'd never seen anybody else use. I've been using it on a lot of like melodies and stuff lately. Let me find this sound. It's in hardcore though, which is like it's like the guitar amp plugin that comes with FL Studio, and you just put it on the default preset where there's nothing, and then you add the modulator pedal, and then just mess around with like the pitch. I usually turn the pan all the way down and don't mess with like the amp. Just mess with the pitch and the rate, and it's going to give it like that pitch bend, like wobble kind of sound, and you can go like real like crazy with it. So if you listen to it without it, it's just a normal triangle. I also added Supermassive on here. It's just got like some delay on it. But without all that stuff, it's just a regular triangle, like bell kind of sound. But with it, sounds saucy. And so that sound ended up like turning into more of like a part of the melody. But originally it started as like just like a perk sound. That's basically the beat. Just laid out the whole thing from there. You know, you got your intro, intro hook, verse, hook. You know, and I did like 2 hooks at the end. I did kind of a weird layout with this one. The mixing, I mean, that triangle sound was like the one I spent the most time on, honestly. I mean, everything else, little EQ, a little reverb here. You know, it's all in the like the volumes, honestly, with like the mixing. As long as you're starting with some good sounds that kind of like fill up the whole frequency spectrum. You just want to make sure everything is kind of the right volumes. Obviously, hip hop, you know, this type of stuff, you want like the bass normally to be the loudest, like your bass and your clap, you know, usually your drums. But yeah, got the ozone on here at the end, and that's about it for the beat. Cool, so I'm about to wrap it up. I appreciate everyone watching to the end. If you did, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a sub. It lets me know if people are like watching the videos and messing with them, and you know, if they do well, I'm gonna make more of these. Let me know what you want to see next, and until the next one, peace.